You want to narrow in your focus and minimize or remove unnecessary volume. That will boost your performance like nothing else. Hey everyone, Coach Dan here. Strength training versus bodybuilding. Which should you choose? From all the different types of styles that we could be choosing from, we'll be focusing on these two primarily, as some of the other styles are not my personal favorite for reasons such as lack of control over the movement, CrossFit, the inability for some to perform the movements or the exercises, calisthenics, or one that requires years of diligent practice and skill development, such as Olympic lifting. The basic argument is, if you want to get stronger, you want to focus on strength training or powerlifting. And if you want to build muscle mass, you want to focus on hypertrophy training. This is all true, but the point of today's video is to help you make a choice between the two. We'll be listing pros and cons for each, and why you might want to choose one over the other. Also, if you stick around till the end, I'll explain why you don't want to do both at the same time. Let's get started. So let's get into the pros and cons of strength training, right? So an obvious pro is going to be that it builds strength. It also helps you build muscle mass. Gains a lot of confidence during this process. There is no diet needed for the most part, and it's pretty easy. Then some cons, longer sessions overall. Right, I left something out here. So as a pro, it also helps you keep weight off. There you go. So getting back to cons, requires full body tension. This is a big one. It's a big one on your nervous system and fries you out completely. Less of a visual effect, right? It's very technique based. And finally, it's high risk of injury. Yeah, that's a big one. Now, hypertrophy pros and cons. This is fairly simple. So it builds muscle mass, builds confidence, helps keep weight off. All of these are basics. Then it also has more of a visual effect. There's a lower chance of injury, shorter sessions. So these are all amazing pros. Now some cons, it's much harder. It requires failure training. Wait, I left something out here as well. So does not require full body tension. So yeah, doesn't fry your nervous system as much. Another con, some diet is needed for you to see the results. Genetics are huge, and it's feeling based instead of technique based. So as a side note, you can focus on both hypertrophy training and strength training using the same movements, but arguably it's going to become harder and harder to develop a good physique if your focus is hypertrophy training using only compound movements. So I want to make a point. Spreading yourself way too thin. Why am I bringing this up? As I mentioned earlier, there's a point at the end of this video, so we are getting to that now. Focusing on both strength and hypertrophy will not enable you to progress as best as you could, or even to recover, as if you were to only focus on one. Don't forget, a jack of all trades is a master of none. You want to narrow in your focus and minimize or remove unnecessary volume. That will boost your performance like nothing else. So what do I recommend? I recommend you start with strength training. It's what I put all of my clients through in the beginning. It establishes and builds a very good foundation. And then later on, even if you choose to get into hypertrophy training, you have now developed good technique and a good foundation to start with. Hope you found that helpful. If you feel like I left something out, make sure that you leave a comment down below letting me know what it is. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe, keep evolving, and I'll talk to you soon.